Before the story begins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Hollywood deep dive. Today, we explore a chapter of George Clooney's life, often spoken about in whispers. A chapter filled with emotion, change, and the quiet battles no camera can capture. For years, Clooney appeared untouchable, the man who had it all. Charm, success, purpose, and a marriage the world admired. But behind the glow of red carpets, something gentler and sadder was unfolding. Not a scandal, not a betrayal, but the slow shift time brings to every life. This isn't gossip. It's a reflective story built from public comments and observations. A look at what fame can't always hide. And how love evolves, even for Hollywood royalty. George Clooney had long been known as Hollywood's golden bachelor. A man who famously joked he wasn't built for marriage. After a painful early relationship, he buried himself in work and causes. Film sets became his comfort, political activism his purpose. Publicly, he wore confidence like a tailored suit. Privately, there were quiet moments of loneliness only he acknowledged. Even with success, something felt unfinished. Friends often said he was happiest making others laugh. But late at night, silence filled the spaces charm could not reach. And then, destiny changed everything in one summer. In 2013, at his peaceful villa near Lake Como, life brought him a surprise. A brilliant human rights lawyer named Amal Clooney entered the picture. She wasn't dazzled by Hollywood or its glamour. She carried grace, intelligence, and a calm that disarmed him instantly. Clooney later said something shifted the day she walked in. Their connection grew not through fame, but through conversation. Deep, layered, meaningful conversation that challenged him. By 2014, he found himself planning a proposal he never imagined making again. And in his kitchen, ring hidden in a drawer, he asked the question. Awkward pauses, nervous laughter, and a life-changing yes. Their wedding in Venice became one of the decade's most iconic events. For a while, it truly felt like the happy ending people dream of. Clooney transformed from bachelor to devoted husband almost overnight. Soon after, the birth of their twins filled his world with joy. He called fatherhood the greatest moment of his life. Together, they built a foundation for justice and global change. They became symbols of elegance mixed with purpose. A power couple in every sense, inspiring millions. But even the strongest partnerships face seasons of difficulty. And their journey was no exception. As years passed, life pulled them in different directions. Not emotionally at first, but logistically, quietly, gradually. Amal's academic and legal commitments grew heavier each year. George began focusing on a long-awaited stage project in New York. Work separated them not by choice, but by ambition. Two fulfilled lives moving at different speeds. From the outside, they still appeared flawless. But distance can steal closeness without making a sound. And silence has a way of revealing what smiles hide. Their story began shifting in ways neither anticipated. Public reports hinted at emotional strain, though nothing confirmed. Some sources described their time apart as reflective, not troubled. Friends said there were no dramatic fights or scandals. Just the soft fatting that comes when schedules never align. Clooney once said they rarely argued, which sounded ideal. But experts later noted that absence of conflict can mask deeper worries. Unspoken feelings sometimes create the widest distance. The couple handled everything privately, away from noise. Yet even privacy can't stop curiosity from growing. Rumors multiplied, as rumors always do. One night, after a major awards event, Clooney shared a humorous story. He joked publicly about over-celebrating and feeling like a teenager again. Fans found it funny, charming, a glimpse of the old George. But according to public commentary, Amal wasn't amused. To her, it wasn't about the event but the symbolism behind it. She valued routine, discipline, and structure for their family. Hearing the story repeated in interviews struck a different chord. It reminded her of his younger self, not the man he'd grown into. It sparked discussions neither wished to have publicly. And gradually, the distance between them deepened. They retreated for a while to their peaceful home in Provence. Surrounded by vineyards and olive trees, they hoped for clarity. Each day felt calm, but emotionally heavy. Mornings filled with work, evenings filled with polite conversation. Love was still present, but connection felt thin. Friends described the house as beautiful, but unusually quiet. Clooney rehearsed lines alone. Amal managed cases remotely. Their worlds sat side by side yet rarely touched. Sometimes peacefulness can feel like absence in disguise. They both felt it, even if neither said it aloud. By mid-2025, tabloids began spinning their own versions. Speculations of separation, strain, or distance circulated online. None of these claims were directly confirmed by either of them. But their silence fueled even more theories. People wanted answers, but the couple offered none. They focused on parenting, careers, and privacy. And sometimes, privacy is the only protection celebrities have. Still, the world watched closely, analyzing every appearance. Every gesture, every smile, every absence. As if love could be measured by photographs. Then came a moment that surprised everyone. At the Venice Film Festival in 2025, they appeared together again. Walking arm in arm, poised and composed. Their presence quieted the noise surrounding them. Fans rejoiced, believing all was well. But those close to them noted subtle differences. A more formal tone, shorter interactions, careful expressions. It was not unhappiness, just maturity mixed with exhaustion. The kind of quiet couples develop during complicated seasons. A reminder that appearances tell only part of the story. Later that year, Amal gave an interview about her career and friendship. But the lines that drew attention were about George. She spoke of his unwavering support throughout her motherhood journey. How he encouraged her to take on global responsibilities. How he stepped in with the children whenever needed. Her tone was loving, but carried a hint of nostalgia. As if she remembered golden moments rather than describing current ones. Readers felt warmth mixed with tiredness in her words. A woman balancing love, purpose, and reality. And the world listened closely. Clooney eventually addressed the speculations in his own calm way. He didn't deny or confirm anything outright. Instead, he spoke about how marriage changes with time. How people evolve, and love must evolve with them. His words resonated because they felt honest. Not dramatic, not secretive, just human. He described the grief that comes when emotional distance forms. The kind where you sit beside someone, yet feel far away. Not from lack of love, but from unspoken fatigue. A heartfelt confession many couples could understand. Behind the scenes, the couple focused on their children's stability. Amal continued her work at Oxford and international courts. George balanced directing, acting, and quiet days in Provence. Their lives remained connected, but not intertwined in the same way. Friends said their bond was present, but strained by logistics. No explosive events, just two worlds drifting. Some believed they were rebuilding slowly. Others believed the separation would become long-term. But no one truly knew except the two of them. And they chose to keep that truth private. Clooney often retreated into reflection during this period. Walking through his vineyard, thinking about time and aging. He acknowledged he wasn't the young man he used to be. The pace of life had changed, and he felt it deeply. Amal, meanwhile, continued moving forward with purpose and brilliance. Her momentum inspired him, even if it sometimes overwhelmed him. He once joked he was trying to keep up with her rhythm. But jokes often hide feelings too tender to reveal. And in those quiet moments, memories resurfaced. Especially the night he nervously proposed in that kitchen. By late 2025, their story stood at a crossroads. Not ending, not beginning, simply transforming. Love does not always look like fairy tales. Sometimes it looks like distance, patience, and hope. They remained dedicated parents, supportive partners, and private individuals. What the future holds, only they know. But their journey reminds us that even flawless photos hide human struggles. And even the strongest couples face seasons of uncertainty. Do you believe love can survive through distance and change? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.